It doesn't happen all at once. You don't just wake up one morning sipping tea with royalty or walking through life like a movie star from some old black and white film. No, true class isn't something that bursts into your life with noise or glitter. It creeps in quietly, like dawn breaking over the mountains, soft, calm, but unstoppable. Becoming high class isn't about showing off. It's not the Rolex flashing on your wrist or a table filled with champagne glasses. It's quieter than that, subtler, and the most surprising part, most people walk through life not even realizing that their small habits, their choices, and their quiet ways of thinking are already shaping them into something extraordinary. Not in the loud, elite kind of way that screams for attention, but in a way that's refined, calm, and filled with inner wealth. You might not have a penthouse suite or vacations in the snowy Alps, but if you're doing these things, you might already be high class without even knowing it. Let's uncover them, one by one. You guard your time. Like treasure, there's something powerful about a person who protects their time. A quiet confidence that grows inside you when you stop saying yes to everything just to keep others happy. When you start choosing peace over pressure, calm over chaos, something changes. You no longer feel guilty for missing that endless party or replying to texts a day late. Instead, you give your energy to things that matter. Reading a good book, creating something meaningful, or simply sitting by the window with a cup of coffee in silence. You plan your weekends around your energy, not around events. That's not laziness. That's self-respect. And it's one of the first real signs of inner elegance, a type of class that can't be bought, only built. You speak less. And listen more, it's a move most people never notice, but it says everything. When you walk into a room and don't feel the need to prove yourself, when you can sit back, listen, and absorb. You carry a calm power that doesn't need words to be seen. You're not silent because you have nothing to say. You're silent because you don't need to shout to be heard. You've learned that true wisdom doesn't come from talking first. It comes from understanding deeply. At dinner tables, in meetings, or even when chatting with a stranger, you listen with intent. You wait, you nod, you speak only when your words carry meaning. That restraint, that patience, it commands a quiet respect that no noise can match. You don't need to flash labels anymore. There was a time you wanted people to see your worth, through brands, through names, through glittering logos. But now, you've outgrown that. Now you find beauty in quiet luxury, in the kind of elegance that whispers rather than screams. You might wear a plain white shirt, but it fits perfectly, like it was made just for you. Your shoes are simple but timeless. You've stopped chasing trends and started investing in things that last. Even if your pieces are thrifted or secondhand, the way you wear them, the way you carry yourself, makes them look priceless. That's real class. Not about money, about mindset. 4. You're drawn to simplicity and cleanliness. You might not even notice it at first, but something inside you starts craving peace, order, space. You begin clearing out clutter. You keep your home neat, not for others to see, but for your own calm. You love clean countertops, a tidy closet, and soft neutral colors. Even your phone looks calmer. Fewer unread messages, fewer apps, everything organized. Because when your surroundings are calm, your mind becomes still too. That's not just neatness. That's inner luxury, the kind that makes outer noise feel so small. You've stopped explaining yourself. There was a time when you felt the need to justify everything. Why you moved. Why you drifted away from certain people. Why you no longer live the same way. But now, you've stopped explaining, you move in silence. You don't post every success. You don't argue with every critic. You let your actions speak. You let your peace do the talking. And when people notice your calmness, your quiet glow, they can feel something's different. Because when you stop needing everyone's understanding, you become magnetic. That's what high class looks like. Grace that doesn't demand attention. You care for your body, out of respect. Not vanity. You've stopped chasing abs and started chasing balance. You sleep better. You eat cleaner. You move because it feels good, not because you're punishing yourself. You drink water, stretch, and walk long distances just to clear your thoughts. Because your body is your real estate. It holds your ideas, your creativity, your emotions, and when you respect it, that respect shows in your skin's glow, in your posture, in your energy. You don't need to announce it. It radiates naturally. You're quietly learning about money. You're not showing off your savings or bragging about investments online. You're learning in silence. You watch, read, and listen. You take notes, make budgets, track your progress. You think long-term, not short-term. You skip random shopping sprees because you're building something bigger. You've realized that real wealth isn't what you spend. It's what you keep and how you grow it. That mindset shift? That's silent power. The kind that builds peace, not pressure. You no longer argue with strangers online in a world that loves shouting. There's something incredibly strong about being silent. You scroll through arguments, see the chaos, but you don't jump in. You don't need to prove your intelligence in the comments. You've learned that real power isn't proven online. It's lived quietly through grace. Your ego has softened, but your wisdom has grown sharper. That's composure, the highest kind of class there is. You value experiences more than things. You've started craving sunsets over shopping bags, laughter over loud parties, time with loved ones over meaningless noise. You choose experiences that feed your soul, like learning to cook, reading a good story, or watching the sky change colors. Instead of more shoes or gadgets, you now seek memories. Instead of gifts that sparkle, you treasure words written from the heart. You've discovered that true joy isn't bought, it's felt. And when your heart starts finding happiness in the simple, you've reached an emotional richness few ever do. 10. You're selective with who you let in, not out of pride, but out of peace. You protect your space now. You don't chase people who drain you. You no longer beg for acceptance in places that feel wrong. You choose friends who feel like home, who bring calm instead of chaos. You've learned that access to your life is a privilege. Not everyone deserves it, that quiet boundary. That's emotional wealth, and it's one of the purest signs of inner class. You choose privacy. Over performance, you've stopped living life for the camera. You no longer feel the need to show every meal, every moment, every win. Your life is sacred now. Not a performance, not a show. You enjoy quiet coffee on your balcony without snapping a picture. You hold on to peaceful relationships without announcing them. When something good happens, your first instinct isn't to post it. It's to feel it, to breathe it in, to be grateful, because you no longer seek validation from others. You find fulfillment within yourself. That's the invisible line that separates attention seekers from people of substance. And once you cross it, you never go back. 12. You've mastered the art of saying no. You don't over-explain anymore. You don't apologize for resting. You don't stretch yourself thin just to keep others satisfied. You've realized that every yes to something draining is a no to yourself. Now, you guard your peace fiercely. You say no softly, but firmly, because you understand your worth. And walking away without noise? That's not weakness. That's grace. That's quiet power. The kind that only emotionally strong people understand. If even a few of these things sound like you, then you are already walking the path of real class. Not because of what you own, but because of how you think, how you move, how you treat yourself and others. High class isn't something you buy. It's something you become. It's in your tone, your patience, your calmness, your kindness. It's in the way you leave every place better than you found it, even if it's just through a smile, a kind word, or a quiet presence. So the next time you wonder if you're there yet, remember this: real class doesn't announce itself. It doesn't shout. It doesn't sparkle. It just is. And maybe, just maybe, you already are.